welcome to my channel. So this Netflix pop-up, it was a free event, and it is at Raleigh Studios in Hollywood, which is one of our studios here where we film a bunch of stuff, and it was okay. So you get in, and then they give you this little map that kind of shows you where all the shows are in the exhibit. And then you also get a ticket for some swag. So I got a Stranger Things water bottle. And then I also got a little 11 pop. She's so cute. I don't know if you can see, but she has a little Eggo. So you could either choose a t-shirt, a pop, a towel, or a tote bag. So I chose the pop because she was very cute. I think I got one of the last 11 ones because they had all the Stranger Things kids, but she was pretty popular. And then they also have this little series of unfortunate events fortune teller, and my fortune is error 404, future not found, which, I mean, it's probably pretty accurate, so. So like I said, it was a free event, and you had to sign up online when tickets went live. I think it sold out. And then the parking around the studio was also free, so it was just free all around. And it was smaller than I thought, and what I expected was to go in and there to be a bunch of really like immersive Netflix experiences like per show, but that's not really what it was. So for the most part, it was just like big posters of the shows that you could take pictures with. And, I mean, okay. And I think the biggest sections that they had were The Crown, Stranger Things, and Glow. Those were like the three shows that had the biggest experience areas. So for The Crown, they had some of the costumes there. And then they also had a mirrored room with the chandeliers, and that was really pretty. For Stranger Things, they had the giant poster of the show that you could take a picture with, and then they also had a few arcade games you could play, and they also had a little upside down area that you could go into. So you would go through this like little cave, and then they had this projection of the upside down, and then the metal cart that goes down into the cave, so you could stand on that for a photo op. And then for Glow, they had a wrestling ring set up that you could take a photo in. And then they also had this little like dance game area thing that you could kind of dance around and see your like shadow projected. So those were pretty much the only actual like experiences. Everything else was pretty much just photo ops. They also had, for the Godless, they had like an old western kind of bar you could take a photo in. And then for Jessica Jones and Luke Cage, it was combined, and they had the bar from the show there, so the set that you could take a picture in. So it was okay for, I mean, especially since it was a free event. I think I just expected more, considering it is Netflix, and you know, they could have really gone all out with these experiences, and I personally would have been willing to pay for a more in-depth pop-up. But overall, it was good. You know, it was cool seeing the different little themed areas. And, I mean, that's about it. Like, it was cool that they were giving out stuff, too, because I wasn't expecting to get any sort of gifts or anything like that. So that was cool. And, yeah, I mean, it was pretty much just like a whole photo op thing. And at each section for the show, it would have, like, a little plaque by the giant poster or whatever. It'll have a plaque saying the show, describing what the show is. And then you could look to the side to see how it correlates to other shows that you liked. So then you could see if maybe you'd be interested in watching that show as well. So it was all kind of tailored to what you actually watch, and then finding something new for yourself to watch. So that's kind of how the whole thing was set up. So if you like this show, you should watch this show. And you have to learn a little bit about the shows by reading on the plaques. So that was pretty much the whole experience. It wasn't hard to find. I parked on the opposite side of the studio because I wasn't sure where the entrance was, but then I found it. It wasn't a big deal. It's like a couple blocks of a walk to get to the correct place. And yeah, I mean, I was only there for probably like 20 minutes at the most. I just kind of walked around and saw what everything was. There was nothing that I really, like, I didn't really want to wait in line just to take a picture by one of the posters. So I was in and out of there pretty quickly. And then I didn't get my swag until after I went through, because prior to that, everyone was in line for the free stuff. So I just went in and went to the free stuff afterwards. So then after, I went to get lunch and I went to Fat Sal's, and I have been following them on Instagram for quite a while now, and what really intrigued me about them were their milkshakes. So on Instagram, their milkshakes look like this. And I was like, oh hell yeah, I want one really, really badly. So it was only a couple miles away. So I was like, perfect, I'm just gonna go there and get lunch. So I went there and I ordered the cheese fries, and then I ordered the Oreo milkshake. It was like Oreo, salted caramel, vanilla milkshake. So I'm picturing like explosion of like Oreos and like sweetness and just amazingness. But it was just a regular milkshake, so not like their Instagram ones, and I was disappointed, but that's like my own issue. I don't know if you have to like ask them for a specific milkshake that's all crazy, or if those are only like specially themed milkshakes. I don't know. But I got just like a normal milkshake. It was bomb. It was super, super good. It just definitely wasn't what I was expecting. And the cheese fries were just like mozzarella and cheddar cheese, so it kind of, you know how when you just melt like shredded cheese on top of something, it kind of hardens. So I had to like, I was like cutting my cheese fries and stuff. It wasn't all like melty and like wet the whole time. So that was the situation with that, and it was $15 for my milkshake and my fries. But everything was good. It wasn't what I expected, but I would definitely go back again and try some of their other stuff. They have a lot of crazy menu items. Not so much for me since I am vegetarian, but they do have like a ton of different burgers and like wraps and sandwiches and like all this stuff, and you can add on a bunch of stuff. Like you can add mozzarella sticks to your burger, like things like that. So it's definitely a calorie heavy location. It is kind of small. It did get busy when I was finishing up my food. And the parking lot is also kind of small, so just keep that in mind. Like I wouldn't go there with a huge crowd unless you know, are willing to wait for a couple tables. But yeah, so that was my day. I would give the Netflix experience, I would give it an 8.5 out of 10, just because, I mean, it's free, which is amazing, so you get to go see some cool stuff and get some cool stuff for free. It just wasn't, it didn't really like live up to what I was thinking it would be, but it is what it is. So it was still really cool though. So 8.5 out of 5 on that. And then I would also give Fat Sal's an 8.5 out of 5. 8.5, 9. Again, it wasn't what I expected, but it was still pretty good. And I would definitely go back and try something else. Alright, that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!